Hello everyone, good morning. How are you today? Yes, very good morning. So today we are going to talk about, very good morning Ayushi. So today we are going to talk about periodic properties. Okay, this is our means last topic of our crash course. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to repeat some topics. If you are going to give me some topics, I will do the revision on that. Or if not, then I'm going to choose certain topics and I'm going to explain them with the help of certain PYQs, right? So today we are going to talk about the periodic properties, right? So let's begin our session. Yeah, before that, am I audible to you and my screen is visible to you? Will you please give me the response about that? Yeah, I have generated the poll also. You can response it on the poll. Yeah, Ayushi. Okay, yeah. So I am visible to you and my screen is visible to you. Very good. So now let's begin our session. Yes. So today we are going to talk about the periodic properties. You know the periodic table, which is very, very important in our chemistry. Yeah. So periodic table, there are several things we need to talk about periodic properties. So the periodic classification handed. So the John Debiner was a scientist who suggested that it is a law of triads. How we can distinguish the elements. In order to remember the elements properties, we need to classify them because there are several elements present, and how we are going to remember all the properties of them. So in order to remember the properties carefully and very neatly, we need to classify these elements into certain parts. So the Debinar scientist came and he suggested that uh, elements follow law of triads. What is that? So it suggested that there are three elements, okay, lithium, sodium, potassium. When you combine the masses of both first and third, you get the mass of second compound, and divided by 2, you get the masses of second compound. Next, nitrogen and arsenic, when you combine the atomic masses of these elements, you get the mass of middle element. So that was the law of triads, and he has suggested that these three elements will have the similar property. These three elements will have a similar property. These three elements will have a similar property. Okay. Next, another law was what? Law of octaves. Okay, which was explained by Newland. Newland suggested that after each passing of 8 elements, okay, when the elements are arranged in the order of their increasing atomic mass, the properties of every 8th element will be similar to the property of the first element. So in this way, lithium will have the similarities with the sodium because it is what? 9th element. Okay, after 8th element, after every 8th element, which will be the 9th element present, that will have the similar property as that of the first element, right? So this was the law of octave, which was explained by Newland, right? Next, we know that periodic law. What is the periodic law? Dmitri Mendeleev and Luther Meyer, they have suggested that the properties of the elements we can arrange in the periodic function of their atomic weights. But later on, it has been observed that we cannot arrange all the elements according to their atomic weights. So we wanted something with the help of which we can arrange the periodic table. So it happened to be the discovery of modern periodic law. So instead of atomic weights, what we have done is physical and chemical properties of elements are what? Periodic functions of their atomic numbers. So we have arranged the given periodic table according to the atomic numbers, and that's why that is what the periodic table, even though we studied today. Okay, so in that periodic table, you can see there are total 18 groups. Yes, and there are total 7 periods. Yeah, so these are the 7 periods 1, 2, like, right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So these are what? 18 groups. And which are the 7 period? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these are the 7 periods. Okay, so group is a column in the periodic table. Elements have the same number of valence electron in it, and period is the row on the periodic table, and elements have same number of electronic shell. Yes, any doubt? You know how we can distinguish between them, S, P, D, and F also. Yeah. So electronic configuration is the distribution of elements into orbitals of an atom. So what is electronic configuration? We describe the electronic configuration of every element. So it is what distribution of electron into different orbitals according to their energies, right? In periods, number of elements in each period is twice the number of atomic orbitals available in the energy level that is being filled, right? Next, when we go on group wise, elements in same group have similar valential electronic configuration, same number of electrons in outer orbitals and properties. There are 4 blocks S, P, D and F. We know this, right? In order to write the electronic configuration of any element, we follow 3 rules. What are those? We know this already, okay? I am just revising this. Afobo principle, Pauli exclusion principle and Hund's rule. Afobo principle states us that the electron will going to occupy first of all the lowest energy orbital, then only it is going to occupy the highest energy orbitals. Pauli exclusion principle tells us that only 2 electrons per orbital will have only 2 electrons per orbital will be present, okay? In one orbital only 2 electrons will be present, but their spin should be opposite. They will not have same spin. And to suggest that first of all the orbitals are going to occupy one electron, and then only the pairing is going to take place. Second electron is going to go. Yeah. Next is what? S block elements, P block elements, differentiation of periodic table. So group 1 elements, which are also known as alkali metals, group 2 elements, which are known as alkaline earth metal, their electronic configuration we know. They are reactive with low ionization energy. They have metallic character and their reactivity goes on increases as we move down the group. This is very important. So here I have summarized the similar means I have summarized certain small points, okay, but they are very important. Okay. Next, for P block elements, that is from group 13 to 18, you know, these are also known as representative elements or main group elements. So outermost configuration here varies from NP1 to NP6. Okay, this is NS2, NP1, NP6. At the end of the period are low reactive noble gases. You know, at the end there are noble gases present. Halogens and chalcogens have high negative electron gain enthalpies. Okay, halogens, you know, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and chalcogens, you know, oxygen wala family is known as chalcogens. Metallic character goes on increases as we go down the group. Here also increases, here also increases. Next, when we talk about D block elements, that is group 3 to group 12. Outer electronic configuration, you know, they have penultimate shell, that is d orbital n-1 d raised to 1 to 10 electrons are present, can be filled in the d orbitals. Okay, total capacities of 10 electrons. NS2 and NP6. So their outer orbitals are already filled. Here penultimate shell, that is inner d orbital fields. Okay, it gets filled up. These are due to the presence of DD transition. They show colored ions. Okay, they forms colored ions, exhibit valence, variable valence shell, and they are what? Paramagnetic in nature. They also called as transition elements, and very important is they use as a catalyst. You know, platinum, palladium, nickel, all are used as a catalyst in organic chemistry. Yeah. Next, F block elements. So these are known as inner transition elements. Here, F orbital gets filled up. These are known as lanthanides and actinides. All metals. All are what? Metals, and all are what? Actinides are what? All actinides are radioactive. They are man-made elements, and they are what? Radioactive. They emit the radiation continuously. Okay, it continuously disintegrates. Yeah. Right. Next, we are going to summarize certain properties here: atomic radius, electron gain enthalpy, ionization energy, electronegativity, electron affinity, valency, metallic character, and non-metallic character. So how they differ from group and how they differ in a period, that I have summarized here for each and every property. So atomic radius, you know what is the meaning of atomic radius? It is the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell containing electron. So no need of definition here for you. You know already the definitions, right? What happens during the group? It goes increases, and during the period means from top to bottom, and this is from left to right, top to bottom. What is happening? It decreases, it increases. Electron gain enthalpy, you know, when energy is released when the neutral isolated gaseous atom accepts gain ho raha electron ka, forms an ion. This is less negative, this is more negative. Okay, ionization energy, we know that it is a minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron from the outermost orbit of an isolated atom in a gaseous state. So this decreases, this increases. Okay, along the group it decreases, but along the period it increases. Next, electronegativity. This is a very important property. Tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards its group cell is known as electronegativity. So along the group it decreases, okay, but along the period it increases. Electron affinity decreases, it increases. Valency, no change, increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. Metallic character increases from left to right, it decreases in period. Non-metallic character decreases, and this is what increases. So now we are going to summarize certain problems according to this. Okay, we are going to solve the problems because you know that there are certain anomalous behavior we observe in the periodic table, even though we have summarized this in terms of along the period and along the group. Okay, so now let's start solving certain problems and we will get a clear idea about these periodic properties, right? Next, very important problem. Let's start with the solving of PYQs. Okay, यहाँ पे क्या दिया हुआ है? We have given the names and we have given the IUPAC official names of a given elements. So अननीलुनियम, ठीक, यहाँ पे क्या है? अननीलुनियम, अननिलट्रियम, अननिलहेक्सियम, अनउनियम. Okay, so these are the names. Okay, so before official name were declared by IUPAC, we used to name these elements like this way. Okay, so what is actual names? So here see 101. 101 means what? Unilunium. Unium. Okay, so unilunium was the name for 101. And what is that element? Mendelevium. Okay, so for A, we have one option. Okay, so we are matching it with 1. Unnilatrium. Un matlab 100 ka, nil matlab 0, trium matlab 3103. So what is that element? Lawrencium. So what is that element? Lawrencium. So for B again, it is what? Second. Okay. What is the question we have given? Identify incorrect match. So हम लोगों को match करके दिए हुए, we need to find out the incorrect match. Okay. Next is unilhexium. Unilhexium. Un मतलब 1, नील मतलब 0, हेक्सियम मतलब 6. 106 में क्या है? सीबोर्गियम. सीबोर्गियम यहाँ पे है, या यहाँ पे है. करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट. फोर्थ वन क्या है? अनउनुनियम. अनउनुनियम कहाँ पे है हमारा? अनउनुनियम. सो अनउनुनियम यहाँ पे नहीं दिया हुआ है मेरे इसमें, लेकिन वो क्या है एलिमेंट? दैट एलिमेंट इज व्हाट? रोंटेजिनियम. इट इज व्हाट? रोंटेजिनियम. इट्स नॉट stadtium. Okay, this is not correct. It is what? Rongenium. Okay, so here option D is wrong. Okay, option D is wrong. So we need to see which is option correct here. ये हमारा incorrect है matching. तो हमारा यहाँ पे आंसर क्या आ जाएगा? Which is incorrect? Option D. Yes, are you getting it? Let's move on to the next problem. The element with Z114 been discovered recently. Okay, it will belong to which of the following family or group and electronic configuration? So we need to write the electronic configuration for 114 elements. So the electronic configuration for this element, which will have Z is equal to 114, will have rhodium, okay, Fa, 5F14, 6D10, 7S2 and 7P2. So this will be the electronic configuration for this element. Okay, 114. We need to see here noble gases. Noble gas को consider करके last वाला जो noble gas आएगा वो लीजिए और वहां पे आगे के जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है वो आप लोगों को फिल करना पड़ेगा. Since it is 114, it is going to contain F, D and S and P, all orbitals. Okay. So according to this electronic configuration, you can see it belongs to what carbon family, because this is what the electronic configuration matching with this, right? Yeah. Next, an atom has electronic configuration. So we have given the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d3 and 4s2. You will place it in 5th group, 15th group, 2nd group, 3rd group. So here we have electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d3 and 4s2. So the last electron of the atom is filled in D shell, that is 3d3. Okay, पहले 3d3 में last electron कहाँ पे जा रहा है? 3d3 में जा रहा है. Thus this element belongs to what? D block elements. Okay, D block में हमारा पहला क्या है? Scandium, then titanium, then vanadium. Like this is D1, D2 and D3. You know, this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5th group. So that's why it will be 5b or 5. So what will be our correct answer? Option A. Yeah, any doubt in this? Right, next problem. The electronic configuration of an element is like this way. What is the atomic number of the element which is just below the above element in the periodic table? So we need to see here electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. So total atomic number of the given element is what? 15. Right? 1s2 plus 2s2 plus 2p6 plus 3s2 plus 3p3. Total elements electron kitne ho gaye? 15 ho gaye. And it belongs to group 15 only. Okay. Therefore, atomic number of the element which will be present below will be what? 15 plus 18. Okay, 15 plus 18. So what will be the answer? 33. Yes, any doubt in this? Are you getting it right? यहाँ पे हम लोगों को क्या मिलेगा? 18. 18 plus 15, it will be 33. Right? Yeah. Let's move on to the next problem. Any doubt in this? समझ में आ रहा है ना सबको? आयुषी? Yes. सुशांत? 15 ग्रुप में एलिमेंट प्रेजेंट है. Yes. 13, 14, 15. Yes, 15 plus 15, 30 and here आके 1, 2, 3. That's why that 3, 18 हो गया, इसलिए 33 आ जाए. Yeah, next. If the atomic number of an element is 33, now it will be placed in the periodic table in the which group? First group, third group, fifth group, seventh group. Right now we have talked about this. It will be present in the 15th group. राइट अभी हम लोगों ने देखा ना 15 के नीचे कौन सा आएगा? 33 आएगा. वो कौन सा ग्रुप है? हमारा 15 ग्रुप में प्रेजेंट है ना. 15 ग्रुप में प्रेजेंट है मतलब कितना ग्रुप? फर्स्ट ग्रुप, थर्ड ग्रुप, फिफ्थ ग्रुप और सेवेंथ ग्रुप. We know that we have named it 5A group also. 15 group is also known as 5A group. So that's why it will be present in 5th group. Yes, everyone? Yeah, next. The electronic configuration of 4 elements are given below. Which element does not belong to the same family as others? Okay, which not belong to the same family as others. So here you can see elements A, B and D belong to the same group. यहाँ पे क्या दिया है? 5D, 4s2, 4D, 5s2, 3D, 4s2. So all are what? D block elements. सब में क्या है? D है. ठीक है, तो all are belong to the same element since each one of them have 2 electrons in their valence shell. Okay. In contrast, you can see in element C, it has 7 electrons in the valence shell. Okay, यहाँ पे valence shell में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. बाकी के ऑर्बिटल्स फील्ड है. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? valence shell electron contains 5, 6, 7 electrons in its valence shell and hence it lies in the other group. So option C is the correct answer. Any doubts? बहुत ही easy problem था. ठीक है. Next, for the second period, elements. The correct increasing order of first ionization enthalpy. So, day before yesterday only we have seen this. As we move across a period, what happens? Ionization enthalpy increases as we move across the period. Okay, from left to right. That is what? Period. Right? No. यहाँ पे हम लोगों को क्या बोला है? For the second period elements, the correct increasing order of first ionization enthalpies. So, period में क्या हो रहा है? Lithium. यहाँ पे लिथियम से हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे, उसके बाद है बेरिलियम, देन है हमारा बोरॉन. यस, बी आंसर होगा सुशांत. ओके, 7 का बी आंसर होगा कार्बन, देन ऑक्सीजन, देन नाइट्रोजन, देन फ्लोरीन एंड देन नियॉन. सो वी आर गोइंग अक्रॉस दिस गिवन पीरियड. ठीक है, सेकंड पीरियड से हम लोग जा रहे हैं. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर? व्हेन यू सी द इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फिगरेशन ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी एलिमेंट, यू कैन सी दैट हियर व्हाट 1s1, 2s1, sorry, here is 2s2, here 2s2 and then 2p1, here 2s2, then 2p2, here 2s2, 2p3, here 2s, sorry, ऑक्सीजन नहीं आएगा पहले, यहाँ पे नाइट्रोजन होगा and then oxygen, then 2s2, 2p4, here 2s2, 2p5 and here 2s2, 2p6. Right, everyone? We know this electronic configuration. Yeah. Now, What will be the ionization enthalpy? तो देखो यहाँ पे इसको इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालने के लिए ज्यादा हम लोगों को एनर्जी देनी पड़ेगी क्या? Only one electron is present. Inner orbital 1s2 is present. Here also 1s2 is present. Outer orbital is 2s2. But in order to remove the electron here, this is what completely filled s orbital. It will require more energy. Right? It will require more energy. Here p को निकालने में ज्यादा एनर्जी नहीं लगेगी क्योंकि एक ही इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रेजेंट है. यहाँ पे 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन, इसको भी ज्यादा नहीं लगेगी. लेकिन here 3 electrons are present. This is half filled. Half filled will require more energy. Right? Half filled will require more energy. Then 4, 5, 6 will again require more energy because it is completely filled. So according to this electronic configuration, as we move across a period, what is happening? The ionization enthalpy is increasing. Because of this increased ionization enthalpy and increase in atomic number, nuclear charge increases and there is a decrease in atomic radius. However, we know that there will be abnormal values observed for beryllium, nitrogen and neon. क्यों? क्योंकि उनकी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कैसे है? Completely filled, half filled and completely filled. So due to the extra stability of their half filled and fully filled orbital, the actual order here will be what? Lithium पहले, उसके बाद बोरॉन आएगा, उससे ज्यादा हम लोगों को बेरिलियम की लगेगी. देखो बोरॉन और बेरिलियम, ठीक है, बेरिलियम पहले था, बाद में बोरॉन था, लेकिन बोरॉन की कम होगी, बेरिलियम की ज्यादा होगी. बाद में आएगा कार्बन, बाद में आएगा ऑक्सीजन, उसके बाद आएगा नाइट्रोजन, क्योंकि नाइट्रोजन के पास क्या है? हाफ फिल्ड है इसलिए. उसके बाद आएगा फ्लोरीन और सबसे ज्यादा होगा हमारा नियॉन. दैट इज व्हाट एवरीवन? हैलोजन. ओके, सॉरी नॉट हैलोजन, सॉरी, इट इज व्हाट? नोबल गैस. राइट? सो उसके लिए हम लोगों को ज्यादा लगेगा. सो समझ में आ रहा है सबको? इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन वी नो एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट वी कैन इजीली से दैट ऑप्शन सी हियर इज द करेक्ट आंसर. Right? Next, this is very easy problem. We have already solved this problem. Okay, Na2O, Al2O3, N2O, Cl2O7. What is what? Na2O is basic oxide, neutral oxide, acidic or amphoteric. So we know that Na2O is what? Basic oxide, right? Al2O3 is amphoteric oxide, right? N2O is neutral oxide and Cl2O7 is acidic oxide. Okay, try to remember this because Na2O क्या है? Yes, it forms basic oxide. Al2O3 का amphoteric आता है, Cl2O7 acidic देते हैं और ये क्या देता है? Neutral. Next, which of the following oxide is most acidic in nature? So when we talk about acidic character for these metals, now on moving down the group, we know that metallic character increases. On moving down the group, we know that metallic character increases. And due to this increase in the metallic character, what happens is that basic nature of the oxides increases. So जैसे जैसे हम नीचे जाएंगे बेसिक नेचर बढ़ता जाएगा. तो इनमें से एसिडिक कौन सा होगा? जो सबसे ऊपर होगा. बेरिलियम क्या है? सबसे ऊपर है, इसलिए दिस विल बी द एसिडिक इन नेचर. राइट? एनी डाउट्स? Yeah, next, in which of the following option the order of arrangement does not agree with the variation of property indicated? So increasing electron gain enthalpy इससे मैच हो रहा है क्या? Increasing metallic radius इससे मैच हो रहा है क्या? Increasing ionic size मैच हो रहा है क्या? Increasing first ionization enthalpy मैच हो रहा है क्या? देखिए, जो नहीं एग्री हो रहा, that will be our answer. So here you can see in the first place only increasing electron gain enthalpy. So in this option, this is not correct because the order is like this way: iodine, then bromine, then fluorine, then chlorine. Okay, so the increasing negative electron gain enthalpy is like this way due to electron repulsion in small sized of fluorine atom. Okay, this will be the correct arrangement. Okay, next, D option you can see here, increasing first ionization energy. This is again not correct because nitrogen is having half filled electron and that's why it has extra stability, and in order to remove the electron from it, it requires more energy as compared to oxygen. So this order will be like this way, BCON. Right? So these two options are not matching. So our answer will be A and B. Yes, everyone, any doubts in this? Okay, let's move on to the next problem. So yesterday only we have seen this problem in our exam. What is the answer? Tell me. Yes, the formation of oxide ion from oxygen atom requires exothermic and then endothermic state. Okay, first is minus wala and second wala क्या होता है? Plus होता है. क्यों होता है? Formation of O2 minus in gas is unfavorable even though O2 minus is isoelectronic with neon. This is the fact. This is happening due to the fact 1 O minus has a comparatively smaller size. Oxygen is electronegative. Addition of electron and oxygen results in size of the ion larger than the size of the ion. Electron repulsion outweighs the stability of gained by achieving noble gas configuration. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन इलेक्ट्रॉन का रिपल्शन इतना ज्यादा हो जाता है कि उसके वजह से जो हमारी इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एंथैल्पी है वो पॉजिटिव हो जाती है, राइट? सो ऑप्शन डी इज करेक्ट आंसर हियर, right? Next, which of the following order of ionic radius is correctly represented? So ionic radius, when we talk about ionic radius, now all these are what? Cations and certain are anions. So when we talk about cations, now cations lose electrons and are smaller in size than their parent atom. So if there is a parent atom present, okay, this is the parent atom. If positive ion be formed from that, now its size will be what? Its size will be smaller than their parent. Okay, and then for anion, it will be what? Larger. The size will be larger as compared to its respective anions. Okay, because one electron add and larger will be the size than the parent atom. Hence, we know that what will be the order. You see, here is H, then here will be the H plus and here will be H minus, right? So this will be the order. H minus ज्यादा होगा, बाद में H होगा, उसके बाद H plus होगा. So यहाँ पे क्या है, ये सारे हमारे क्या है, isoelectronic species है. For example, if you talk about the isoelectronic species, na, okay, for isoelectronic species, the ionic radius decreases with increase in atomic number. Means what? अगर हमारे जो species है उनके पास same number of electrons होंगे, तो O2 में कितने present है, O में कितने होते हैं electrons? Yes, can you tell me? Sodium में कितने होते हैं, nitrogen में कितने होते हैं, magnesium में कितने होते हैं? Yes. Atomic number of sodium is what? 11. प्लस चार्ज है मतलब इसमें 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. फ्लोरीन का एटॉमिक नंबर कितना है? 9. माइनस चार्ज है मतलब एक एक्स्ट्रा आएगा तो 10 होगा. O2 O में कितने होते हैं? 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन. 2 माइनस चार्ज है मतलब इसमें कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? टोटल 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. सो दीज आर आइसोइलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्पेसीज सिमिलर विद द केस ऑफ दिस मॉलिक्यूल्स. Okay, so for isoelectronic species, what happens is that the ionic radius decreases with increase in atomic number. That is, since the nuclear charge increases. Hence, correct order will be जिसके ज्यादा ऊपर ज्यादा नेगेटिव चार्ज होगा उसका साइज क्या होगा? बड़ा. ठीक है, यहाँ पे देखिए जिसके ऊपर ज्यादा चार्ज है वो उसका साइज क्या है? बड़ा. और प्लस में क्या है? जिसके ऊपर छोटा चार्ज है उसका साइज बड़ा. ठीक है, दैट्स व्हाई हियर नो ऑप्शन विल बी करेक्ट. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम लोग कोई भी ऑप्शन नहीं बता सकते क्योंकि सारे ऑप्शंस में जो अरेंजमेंट दी हुई है वो बराबर दी हुई है. ओके, एनी डाउट इन दिस? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट? Let's move on to the next problem. Which one of the following represent correct order of least negative to most negative electron gain enthalpy? So here we need to find out from calcium, carbon, calcium, aluminum, fluorine, and oxygen, which is least reactive, least negative to most negative electron gain enthalpy. Least negative to more negative electron gain enthalpy. When we talk about electron gain enthalpy, becomes less negative from top to bottom in a group, while it becomes more negative from left to right within a period. So when we talk about this, our option D will be correct one, because इसमें क्या हो रहा है? Left to right जा रहे हैं हम लोग. Calcium, then aluminum, then carbon, then oxygen, then fluorine. तो left to right जाते वक्त क्या होगा? It will become more and more negative. So that's why option will be D correct. Next, in which of the following, can you tell me the answer? In which of the following the elements arrangement? In which of the following arrangements the given sequence is not strictly according to the property? HCl, HBr, increasing acidic strength, H2O, H2S, H2E, H2 tellurium, increasing pK values. This is increasing acidic character. This is increasing oxidizing power. So yeah, tell me what will be the answer? A, B, C, D. जो not strictly according to, जो match नहीं हो रहा है वो बताइए. See, acidic strength of hydride increases with increase in their molecular mass. ठीक है, तो उनकी एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ अगर बढ़ रही है, देखिए यहाँ पे HF, HCl, HBr, HI, H2O, H2S, H2AC, H2 tellurium, as well as NH3, PH3, SH, SBH3. So and as acidic strength increases, pK value is going to decrease. ये जो तीन वैल्यूज है ना, ये भी बराबर है, ये भी बराबर है, ये भी बराबर है. लेकिन जो हमारी सेकंड वाली वैल्यू है ना, जैसे जैसे एसिडिक कैरेक्टर बढ़ेगा पीके वैल्यू डिक्रीज होना चाहिए. तो ये जो ऑप्शन है यहाँ पे इस तरह से जो दिखाया है ना, दैट इज गलत. This should be the order. Okay, so B option is what our correct answer here, right? Next, identify the wrong statement in the following. Amongst isoelectronic species, smaller the positive charge on the cation, smaller is the ionic radius. Just now we have talked about this. You have to tell me the answer. Amongst isoelectronic species, greater the negative charge on the anion, larger is the ionic radius. Next, atomic radius of the elements increases as one moves down the first group of the periodic table. Next, atomic radius of the elements decreases as one moves across left to right in the second period of the periodic table. So, इनमें से क्या देखना है हमको? Wrong statement देखना है. So, you know, atomic radius of the element increases as one move down from first group. First group से अगर हम लोग second group में आएंगे, तो atomic radius from top to bottom क्या होती है? बढ़ती है, increases. So, this is true statement. Next, atomic radius of elements decreases as we move across from left to right. So हम लोग जब इस left to right जा रहे हैं तो क्या हो रहा है? सेम शेल में इलेक्ट्रॉन ऐड हो रहा है, सेम शेल में इलेक्ट्रॉन भी ऐड हो रहा है और न्यूक्लियर चार्ज भी बढ़ रहा है. सो दैट्स व्हाई हमारी जो atomic radius it goes on decreases. This is again correct. It goes on decreases. This is also true. Next, among isoelectronic species, greater the negative charge on the anion, larger is the ionic radius. So right now we have seen, अगर isoelectronic species होंगी और जिसके ऊपर ज्यादा नेगेटिव चार्ज होगा उसका साइज क्या होता है? बड़ा. It will have the larger size. So this is again true. Next, among the isoelectronic species, smaller the positive charge on the cation, smaller is the ionic radius. So this is what the wrong statement. As positive charge on the cation goes on increases, effective nuclear charge also increases, and that's why the atomic size decreases. And that's why atomic size decreases. So this is our option. Okay, A option. Next, what is the value of electron gain enthalpy of Na plus if ionization, first ionization energy of sodium is this much? तो यहाँ पे हम लोगों को बोला है इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एंथैल्पी Na plus के लिए कितना होगा. So when we talk about this ना, you can see Na gives Na plus plus electron, the electronic ये जो होगा हमारा वैल्यू फर्स्ट ionization एनर्जी एंथैल्पी का वो कितना होता है? 5.1 electron volt. This is given to us. We need to calculate for Na plus. So for Na plus, the electron it is going to gain and it is going to convert it into Na. So that's why the value will be negative of that one. So option A will be the correct answer. Very simple problem. Which of the following oxide is amphoteric? So we need to find out amphoteric oxide among these. So you know that SnO2 reacts with acid as well as base. So when we react SnO2 now, it reacts with acid as well as base. So SnO2 is an amphoteric acid. SnO2 is what? Amphoteric oxide. So you can see here this reaction and this reaction. CaO is basic in nature while SiO2 and CO2 are acidic in nature. So हमारा जो option A है, that is correct answer. Right? Any doubts here? Next, the correct order of decreasing ionic radius among the following isoelectronic species is. Okay, so here we have given different isoelectronic species and we need to see decreasing ionic radius हम लोगों को कहाँ पे मिल रही है. तो देखिए कैल्शियम है, देन पोटेशियम है, सल्फर है, देन क्लोरीन है. ओके, ऑप्शन ए आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. देन क्लोरीन, सल्फर, कैल्शियम एंड पोटेशियम. सल्फर, क्लोरीन, पोटेशियम, कैल्शियम. तो ऑल आर व्हाट? सेम स्पेसिस. डिफरेंट स्पेसिस तो नहीं है और सारे क्या है? आइसोइलेक्ट्रॉनिक है. Ca2 plus, K plus, S2 minus and Cl minus. Right? So when we talk about option C now, all are what? Isoelectronic species. So we know that ionic radius go on increases with increase in negative charge. This happens because nuclear charge decreases. Similarly, ionic radius decreases with increase in positive charge. This happens because effective nuclear charge increases. So as the positive charge will go increases, the size will be smaller. And as the negative charge go on increases, the size will be larger. And for a given isoelectronic species, this will be the nature of the order, that is option C will be correct. Yes, any doubt? You are understanding this, right? Next problem, which of the following represent the correct order of increasing electron gain enthalpy with negative sign of elements of oxygen, sulfur, fluorine and chlorine? Here we need to see electron gain enthalpy का क्या order होगा. Yeah, can you tell me the answer? Yes, electron gain enthalpy. Oxygen, sulfur, fluorine and chlorine. Option A, Sushant. Okay, let's talk about this, right, Sushant? When we talk about the electron gain enthalpy, right? So chlorine atom, you know that chlorine atom has the highest electron affinity in the periodic table. Among these elements, it has highest electron affinity in the periodic table, even though fluorine, being the member of group 17, has higher electron gain enthalpy than sulfur, which belongs to the group 16. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग जब बात करते हैं इस एलिमेंट्स के ना, ऑक्सीजन, सल्फर, फ्लोरीन एंड क्लोरीन, तो ये दोनों हमारे हैं ग्रुप 17 के एलिमेंट्स, ये है हमारा ग्रुप 16 का एलिमेंट्स, राइट. ऑक्सीजन है हमारा ग्रुप 15 का एलिमेंट, राइट. सो क्लोरीन की जो इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी है ना, दैट इज वेरी वेरी हाई. ओके, फ्लोरीन बीइंग द मेंबर ऑफ 17 हैज इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एंथैल्पी more as compared to the sulfur, which belongs to group 16. So this in turn says that higher than the electron affinity of oxygen atom than the fluorine. तो यहाँ पे ये जो ऑर्डर होगी वो कैसे होगी, इस तरह से होगी. फ्लोरीन ज्यादा, देन फ्लोरीन, देन सल्फर एंड देन ऑक्सीजन. फ्लोरीन ज्यादा, then fluorine, then sulfur, and then oxygen. That is option B will be the correct answer here, Sushant. Okay, why this is happening? It is worth noting that electron gain enthalpy जो है oxygen and fluorine, the members are of the second period, and that's why they have less negative value of electron gain enthalpy than their corresponding element, that is sulfur and fluorine. तो पहले किसके लिए होगा? क्लोरीन के लिए होगा, बाद में फ्लोरीन के लिए. पहले सल्फर के लिए होगा, बाद में ऑक्सीजन के लिए होगा. Why? Because fluorine and oxygen are what? For second group elements and second period elements, and fluorine and sulfur are what? Third period elements. That's why. So this is happening due to the small size of atoms of oxygen and fluorine. As a result of this, there is a strong interelectronic repulsion when extra electron is added to these atoms. उनका size छोटा है, छोटा साइज होने के कारण एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन तुम अगर उसमें डालोगे तो वहां पे क्या हो रहा है? इलेक्ट्रॉन इलेक्ट्रॉन रिपल्शन ज्यादा हो रहा है. And that's why electron density becomes high, and the addition of extra electron becomes very very difficult. It is not at all easy. And so क्लोरीन और सल्फर के लिए एक्स्ट्रा एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल प्रेजेंट होने के कारण वो क्या करते हैं? इजीली उसको अकोमोडेट कर लेते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई इंक्रीजिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन एंथैल्पी विथ नेगेटिव साइन ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स विल बी लाइक दिस वे. ओके, बी ऑप्शन हमारा यहाँ पे करेक्ट होगा. एनी डाउट्स इन दिस? यस. Let's move on to the next problem. Among the elements calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, chlorine, the order of increasing atomic radius is. So this is very simple problem. We just need to consider about the atomic radius. Okay, you know that atomic radius go on what? Decreases as we move from left to right. As we move from left to right, okay, left to right along the period, what happens? Atomic radius go on decreases. Okay, so we need to just arrange here what? ऑर्डर ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग एटॉमिक रेडियस. एलिमेंट्स को हम लोगों को इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में लिखना है. तो एटॉमिक रेडियस डिक्रीजेस ऑन मूविंग फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट, ओके, इन द पीरियड. सो ऑर्डर ऑफ द साइजेस ऑफ क्लोरीन, फॉस्फोरस, मैंगनीज एंड हमारा क्या एलिमेंट है बचा हुआ? कैल्शियम. इसके लिए कैसे हो गया ऑर्डर? तो वी नो दैट क्लोरीन, फॉस्फोरस, क्लोरीन का कम होगा, देन फॉस्फोरस का ज्यादा होगा, देन मैग्नीशियम ज्यादा, क्योंकि एज वी मूव डाउन ना, क्लोरीन इधर लेफ्ट में, राइट में कहा गया. Fluorine is present here, rightmost. Then phosphorus is present here, नाइट्रोजन के नीचे. मैग्नीशियम इधर है इस ब्लॉक में, ठीक है. सो डाउन द ग्रुप क्या होता है? और कैल्शियम कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है? कैल्शियम प्रेजेंट है हमारे सेकंड ग्रुप में, बेरिलियम फैमिली, राइट, अल्कलाइन अर्थ मेटल. सो कैल्शियम यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है नीचे, मैग्नीशियम के नीचे. तो इस तरह से यहाँ पे तो हमारी जो एटॉमिक रेडियस है वो डिक्रीज हो रही है इस तरह से जाते वक्त, लेकिन इस तरह से आते वक्त एटॉमिक रेडियस क्या हो रही है? बढ़ रही है. इसलिए कैल्शियम लास्ट में होगा, और इस तरह से ये हमारी एटॉमिक रेडियस इज गोइंग टू शो द वेरिएशन, राइट. एनी डाउट? ओके, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. अमंग द फॉलोइंग व्हिच वन हैज द हाईएस्ट कटायन साइज रेशियो? तो कटायन टू अनायन साइज रेशियो वी नीड टू टॉक. कैल्शियम, सीजियम आयोडाइन, lithium fluoride, NaF, cesium fluoride. So you know that cation to anion size ratio will be maximum. Cation is largest in size. तो cation यहाँ पे cesium largest size में, और फ्लोरीन अनायन जो है, क्योंकि cation का हम लोग अनायन से रेशियो कर रहे हैं ना, cation की साइज जितनी ज्यादा, that will be the highest ratio. Next elements, next problem. Among the elements with the following electronic configuration, which of them may have the highest ionization energy? So we need highest ionization energy. So we should have एक तो कंप्लीटली फील्ड ऑर्बिटल्स और हाफ फील्ड ऑर्बिटल्स. ओके, तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? फर्स्ट ABCD में क्या हो रहा है? यू कैन सी फॉर A, C and D, for A, C and D. What is happening here? Yes, what is happening here? You can see ए एंड सी में क्या हो रहा है, ए सी एंड डी, ऑप्शन डी हैज द हाईएस्ट आयोनाइजेशन एनर्जी, क्योंकि इसमें क्या है, हाफ फील्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन है. ओके, ड्यू टू द हाफ filled 3p orbitals it has extra stability. In option B, you can see there is a presence of 3d electrons also. There is a presence of 3d electrons, so they offer what, shielding. They are going to offer the shielding effect to the orbitals इलेक्ट्रॉन प्रेजेंट हियर, 4s2 और 4p में जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स प्रेजेंट है उनके लिए वो क्या करेंगे, शील्ड जैसे बिहेव करेंगे, और जो न्यूक्लियर चार्ज है वो इनके साथ ज्यादा इफेक्टिव नहीं होगा. एंड दैट्स व्हाई व्हाट विल हैपन, electron to remove from this orbital will be easy because they are not experiencing as much nuclear charge as these 3 electrons are experiencing the nuclear charge from the nucleus. And that's why ये इसका भी जो हमारा आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी होगा ना वो भी कम होगा इससे. ठीक है, so that's why here answer will be what, option B, because here only s orbital electrons which are shielding, यहाँ पे 10d orbital electrons है जो shield कर रहे हैं. Okay, so our answer will be D answer, right? Option D will be the correct answer. Okay. Next, identify the correct order of size of the following. So we need to talk about the size. So you can see here all are what, हम लोगों ने अभी देखा था कैल्शियम, पोटेशियम, आर्गन है यहाँ पे, क्लोरीन और सल्फर. तो हम लोगों का ऑर्गन नहीं था पहले प्रेजेंट, 2 प्रॉब्लम्स के पहले, यहाँ पे आर्गन प्रेजेंट है. तो क्या होगा साइज, वी नो दैट एज एटॉमिक आइसोइलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्पेसिस अगर हुए, यस ऑप्शन ए, वेरी गुड सुशांत. तो आइसोइलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्पेसिस है ये सारे, तो आयनिक रेडियस ऑफ अनायंस इज मोर देन द कैटायंस, राइट? सो ऑप्शन ए विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर. वेरी गुड. नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम, व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऑफ एन एटम हैज लोवेस्ट आयनाइजेशन लेवल. या नाउ टेल मी किसका लो होगा. ये देखो इस पे 3 है, ये क्या है, हाफ फील्ड है, ये कंप्लीटली फील्ड है, यहाँ पे क्या है, 5 है, और यहाँ पे क्या है, 3s1 है. Right? So which will have the lowest ionization enthalpy? Yeah, can you tell me? देखो यहाँ पे 2p5 है, यहाँ पे भी 2p5 है, लेकिन यहाँ पे 3s1 भी है एक्स्ट्रा. तो इसकी वजह से इसका साइज क्या हो गया बच्चों, बड़ा हो गया. इसका साइज क्या, थोड़ा छोटा है, इसमें 3s ऑर्बिटल ही नहीं है. साइज बढ़ गया. As there is an increase in size, nuclear charge decreases, and that's why this electron will be loosely bound, and that's why in order to remove this electron it is going to require lesser amount of energy, so that's why it is going to have low ionization enthalpy. Okay, so the B will be the option which will have the low ionization enthalpy. Next, which of the following ionic species has the greatest proton affinity to form stable compound? So here which will have, yes, any answers? When we move from left to right, what happens across a period in the periodic table? Basicity go on decreases as electronegativity of the atom increases, right? Basicity क्या होती है हमारी, basicity decrease होती है. Basicity go on decreases as electronegativity of the atom increases. So electronegativity कैसे बढ़ रही है हमारी, नाइट्रोजन ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव या फ्लोरीन ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव है, फ्लोरीन ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव है. So that's why what is happening here is, since basicity go on decreases, that is what, proton affinity go on decreases as the electronegativity of the atom possessing the lone pair of electrons increases. Hence basicity of NH2 minus will be higher than the fluorine, क्योंकि नाइट्रोजन पहले आता है बाद में फ्लोरीन आता है. तो प्रोटॉन एफिनिटी जो होती है वो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगी, डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. ऑन द अदर हैंड, ऑन मूविंग डाउन द ग्रुप ना, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, एज एटॉमिक साइज इंक्रीजेस बेसिसिटी डिक्रीजेस. तो जैसे जैसे साइज बढ़ती है वैसे वैसे हमारी बेसिसिटी डिक्रीज होती है, प्रोटॉन की एफिनिटी कम होती है. इसलिए F माइनस विल बी मोर बेसिक देन I माइनस, एंड OH माइनस विल बी मोर बेसिक देन HS माइनस. ठीक है, पहला वाला ज्यादा होगा बेसिक. So hence among the given ionic species ना, NH2 ion will have maximum proton affinity, क्योंकि NH2 यहाँ पे present है, इसलिए that will have the maximum proton affinity. Yes, any doubts? This is very good question. Okay, yeah. Next problem, which of the following is most basic oxide? You know which is basic oxide? Al2O3 क्या है हमारा, Al2O3 है हमारा एम्फोटेरिक. ठीक है, बाद में Sb वाला जो है ये भी एम्फोटेरिक है, बिस्मथ वाला जो है ये है बेसिक ऑक्साइड, और ये है हमारा एसिडिक ऑक्साइड. सो दिस इज व्हाट आवर करेक्ट ऑर्डर. सो यहाँ पे हम लोगों को क्या देखना था बच्चों, बेसिक कौन सा है, बेसिक कौन सा है हमारा, डी ऑप्शन. ओके, ऑप्शन डी. नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज द करेक्ट रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन पीएच. सो ये प्रॉब्लम हम लोगों ने परसों ही देखा पीएच का. पीएच कैसा होता है, जैसे जैसे हमारे एसिडिक कैरेक्टर इंक्रीज होगा वैसे वैसे पीएच क्या होगा हमारा, Yes, what will happen? As the acidic character increases, what happen? The pH is also going to, yes, decrease, right? Acid के लिए कम होता है. जैसे जैसे basic character go on decreases, what will happen? pH is going to increase. So यहाँ पे देखिए Na2O, Na2S, Na2Fe, Na2 tellurium, ये क्या हो रहा है? Basic character यहाँ पे decrease हो रहा है. बेसिक कैरेक्टर डिक्रीज हो रहा है मतलब पीएच क्या होगा? डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल. बेसिक कैरेक्टर कम हो रहा है, एसिडिक कैरेक्टर बढ़ रहा है. एसिडिक कैरेक्टर बढ़ रहा है मतलब पीएच क्या होगा? कम होगा. पीएच कम होगा तो हमको पीएच ज्यादा चाहिए. पीएच किसका ज्यादा होगा? जो ज्यादा बेसिक है उसके लिए पीएच ज्यादा होगा. इसलिए दिस विल बी द ऑर्डर. दैट इज ऑप्शन ए. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड दिस क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी, राइट? नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम. आयोनिक रेडियस आर इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द इफेक्टिव न्यूक्लियर चार्ज. वेरी सिंपल प्रॉब्लम है. टेल मी द आंसर. Proportional to square of effective nuclear charge, proportional to effective nuclear charge, proportional to square of effective nuclear charge. इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल है, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है. आयोनिक रेडियस क्या होती है? न्यूक्लियर चार्ज की तरह. यस, न्यूक्लियर चार्ज इंक्रीजेस, आयोनिक रेडियस effective nuclear charge, okay, decreases. So it is what? Inversely proportional to effective nuclear charge. So answer will be option A. Next, these are the ions which are isoelectronic. What will be the ionic radius? Yes, so here answer will be what? Option B. Why? Amongst these isoelectronic ions, what is happening? Ionic radius of the anions will be more than that of their cations. So further, the size of the anion increases with increase in negative charge. Size of the cation decreases with increase in positive charge. So this will be the order. So O2 minus, then F minus, then Na plus, then Mg2 plus, then Al3 plus. पॉजिटिव चार्ज जितना ज्यादा होगा उतनी कम आयोनिक रेडियस होगी. निगेटिव चार्ज जितना ज्यादा होगा उतनी ज्यादा आयोनिक रेडियस होगी. तो इस तरह से हमारा आंसर हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑर्डर इज रॉन्ग. सो यहाँ पे हम लोगों को बताना है कौन सी ऑर्डर रॉन्ग है. पहली एसिडिक, फर्स्ट आयोनाइजेशन पोटेंशियल, बेसिक एंड देन आयोनिक रेडियस. ओके, सो विच इज रॉन्ग हियर? You know that as we move down, what happens? The hydride acidic strength increases. So this is correct. Next, these are basic. Yeah, this is also correct. Next, this is ionic radius goes on increases. This is again correct because from top to bottom ionic radius goes on increases. ये जो हमारा है ना first ionization enthalpy, this is wrong. This is not correct. क्योंकि हमको पता है बोरॉन पहले आएगा, बाद में बेरिलियम आएगा ना. अभी हम लोगों ने देखा. तो ये क्या हमारा wrong statement हो गया. Okay, so these elements belong to the same period. Generally, first ionization potential increases moving from left to right. Since nuclear charge of the elements also increases, but the ionization potential of boron is low as compared to beryllium since it has extra stability due to the presence of completely filled electron, and that's why the order will be like this way, not like that way. So option B हमारा correct option होगा. Next, correct order of first ionization potential among these. Again वही problem है. ठीक है, ये जो हम लोगों ने बोला वही हम यहाँ पे बोलेंगे. पहले क्या होगा? बेरिलियम का कम होगा, देन बोरॉन का ज्यादा होगा, देन कार्बन होगा, नाइट्रोजन यहाँ पे नहीं होगा क्योंकि नाइट्रोजन की ज्यादा होती है ऑक्सीजन से. सो डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर, राइट? या बेरिलियम नहीं, बोरॉन पहले होगा. सॉरी, बोरॉन देन बेरिलियम, बेरिलियम देन बोरॉन होता है ना. ये गलत हो गया. ये ऑप्शन ए बराबर है. पहले बेरिलियम होगा, राइट, देन बोरॉन होता है ना. तो बोरॉन पहले आएगा देन बेरिलियम आएगा. किसके पास क्या है? 2s फील्ड है. यू नो दिस, राइट? नेक्स्ट, ओके, तो यहाँ पे गलती हो गई थी. डी नहीं होगा, हमारा ऑप्शन ए होगा. आपको पता है ये हम लोगों ने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया है क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग एलिमेंट हैज मैक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी. बोलिए इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी सबसे ज्यादा किसके पास होती है? क्लोरीन. फ्लोरीन. अभी हम लोगों ने देखा क्लोरीन इज मोस्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन एफिनिटी एज कंपेयर टू फ्लोरीन because fluorine having the smaller size, electron repulsion is more. That's why it cannot get the electrons properly, even though we know that it is a most electronegative element, but still chlorine is more electron affinity. Okay, next, first ionization potential of beryllium and boron respectively are. So यहाँ पे हम लोगों को दिए हुए हैं. You know that here क्या हो जाएगा आंसर? डी ऑप्शन है हमारा, क्योंकि बेरिलियम के लिए क्या होगा? आयोनाइजेशन पोटेंशियल ज्यादा होगा एज कंपेयर टू बोरॉन, राइट? Yes, any doubts in this? Yeah. Next problem, which of the following is correct order of size of iodine species? तो मैंने आप लोगों को बताया साइज कैसे होता है. निगेटिव का ज्यादा होगा, बाद में पॉजिटिव होगा. ठीक है, पॉजिटिव का सबसे कम होगा. दैट्स व्हाई ऑप्शन बी इज करेक्ट आंसर हियर. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग आयंस इज लार्जेस्ट इन साइज. तो कौन सा आयन लार्ज होगा बताइए? K+, Ca2+, Cl-, S2 minus, which will have the largest in size? सारे क्या है हमारे आइसो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्पेसिस है, जिसके ऊपर ज्यादा नेगेटिव चार्ज, दैट विल हैव द लार्जेस्ट साइज. डी ऑप्शन. यस. नेक्स्ट, व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग विल हैव स्मॉलेस्ट साइज? स्मॉल साइज किसका होगा? जिसके ऊपर ज्यादा पॉजिटिव चार्ज, उसका होगा स्मॉलेस्ट साइज, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाई हियर ऑप्शन ए विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर. Next, among the following oxide, the one which is most basic is, yeah, tell me which is most basic. Al2O3 क्या है हमारा बच्चों? It is amphoteric. ZNO क्या है हमारा? Amphoteric. MgO क्या है हमारा? Yes, MgO है हमारा most basic. और N2O5 क्या है हमारा? Acidic. So this is acidic and this is basic. So our answer will be option B, which is most basic. Option B वाला जो option है हमारा, वो है हमारा basic. Yes, any doubts? Next, yeah, L2O3 ZNO amphoteric, N2 is acidic and basic. Which of the following has the largest size? Yes, सोडियम ज्यादा होगा साइज में, सोडियम का नेगेटिव चार्ज ज्यादा होगा या सोडियम का प्लस ज्यादा होगा, या वी कैन नॉट टेल व्हाट विल बी द बिगेस्ट इन साइज. या कौन होगा जिसके ऊपर नेगेटिव चार्ज होगा, वो होगा लार्ज साइज में. सो ऑप्शन सी इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. यस, एनी डाउट्स? नेक्स्ट, या हियर आल्सो कैन यू टेल मी द आंसर? वेरी सिंपल प्रॉब्लम. Yeah, just tell me the answer. Now you have to tell me the answer. Sushant, yeah, tell me the answer. What will be there? All are isoelectronic spaces. The order of their ionic size will be what? Yeah, very good, Sushant. So option C will be correct option. जितना ज्यादा positive charge होगा, उतनी size will be less. Right? Very good. So as the charge increases, the ionic radius will be go on decreases as the magnitude of the positive charge increases on the given atom. So size of the cation goes on decreases. Yes, very good. So option C will be the correct answer. Very good, Sushant. Yeah. So that's it for today's lecture. If you have any doubts in periodic properties, you can tell me. Yeah. Yes. Any doubts? No doubts. Okay, Sushant. So let's meet tomorrow for our session, right? Yeah. Have a nice day. Study very well, okay? बहुत अच्छे से हो रहा है. Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yes. Do the study carefully. Okay. Solve more and more problems. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye bye.